Okay.
Everybody knows that I am under severe attack every day.
He says I'm under attack.
Peaceful community. Police help is so far inadequate, and me, my family are threatened every day, physically, mentally.
Wow.
This left me no other choice to pick up the arms now.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend my family myself.
So this is what they're... So wait a minute. This guy has people attacking and harassing his family and his restaurant for days, but he shows that he has something for self-defense, and now they went and arrested him. Oh my God. Based. See, these are the kind of immigrants that we want, right? But this guy sounds like an American. Just need to give him a fucking AR-15. And maybe he's a racist on Twitter. Oh, well now it's definitely in here. Yeah, for sure. And Visa Muslims in the UK. Is this another image of it? No, no, here's another one. Look at all this. Holy shit. Oh, this is the same image. I'm trying to see if there's any other images of this. Oh yeah, here's another one. So civilized? Yeah, I guess so. Oh my fucking God. Isn't this insane? What the hell's wrong with them? Reach the peak. Wow. And it will continue to get worse until these people are dealt with. All these people are for not selling your kind of food and then attack them repeatedly in like a massive group yelling at them. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, this is gotta stop. Holy fucking shit. This won't end well, get ready. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are getting very, very fed up with this. I didn't know this was images. I'm seeing if there's any more videos of this too. But the Sikh family restaurant owner deserve the support, ban halal. I mean, I can see them doing that. I can see very clearly that happening. The thing is that he should never have to feel like but this is the problem, is that these people feel like they have the right to and I think that's the main issue here, is that they want to just basically go around and bully and attack people. When you act like an animal, you should be caged? Yes, of course. Get all the people like if you come back and you try to interact with this person and you try to like fuck up their business or anything, you just go to jail. should happen. I agree with this dude. I think the police are inadequate. They're totally inadequate. And they're completely handicapped, and they refuse to take on this problem at officers telling them like, hey, I know it's not your fault, but like, this is fucked up. I think it's because of seeing the threat of violence. Well, the thing is that this is the problem, is that I've talked about this before about how, remember what I said before about how you have to if they weren't harassing him on a regular basis at his business. So the fact is that, like, yeah, you could say that, oh yeah, you're not supposed to sell a certain kind of food does not mean that you're able to harass and attack this guy for no reason. And Korean rooftops is crossing. Yeah, his supporting Britain for a long time, so the hardest working people in the military, they have their own regiment. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody has a problem. Like, nobody even has a problem with, like, more, like, ethnically coded minorities, right? I mean, I'm saying, like, you know, basically, you know, non-white people with weird traditions and weird ways of expressing themselves, like the turban and everything. I don't really think that the Western culture has a problem. I don't really think so. But I think what they do have a problem is whenever they come into the country and they try to push their view and everybody else. And there's only one people those people, but like that's a fucking mountain and a molehill, right? I don't think that people have an issue with the guy living there who's like this. Yeah, he's the one getting arrested. Oh my god. Wow. Well, I guess this is the guy, this is his account. Is there any visible?
There's a spotted Mohammed.
No, this is just another random stuff. What the fuck? Let me see if I can find it. So this is all from before? Restaurants not closing. I think these are just like other random events of like other things that have happened. I don't think all of these have to do, yeah, all of these have to do with it as well. Like I think these are just like other things that have happened in general.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start with some laughs courtesy of President Trump and Saturday Night Live. It's not often that SNL brings the lols these days, but this skit featuring a terrified star Mark is funny because it's true.
Oh, God. What did Donald shout at me? What do I say, Labby?
Just be yourself.
Gotcha. Scary, wonderful peasant. Why so blubber difficult to talk to?
Sir, just be honest and tell him we can't send any more ships to the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, Christ. I just hate conflict so much.
Are you referring to the war or this version?
I'm happy, Labby. You don't understand me, Labby. I can change him.
I don't think the feeling's mutual. He can't stop insulting you. He called you a coward.
I'm out of my depth here, Labby.
Now, we can only imagine what President Trump was thinking when he shared that SNL skit mocking the weakness of British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Let us now mock people who are almost beyond parody, pampered commies who live privileged lives in the West that decided to travel to Cuba to meet with communist officials and to slam President Donald Trump's administration.
Our solidarity with the people of Cuba and our opposition to what Trump is doing to try to strangle the Cuban people into
Now, Cuba should be a paradise, but decades of communist rule have destroyed the country. More than 1 million Cubans have fled, and those who remain yearn for freedom and opportunity. What they don't need is a bloody mural painted by champagne socialists with too much time on their hands.
the mural of what we fishes and sea life from a plume.
Let's check in on the anti-ice brigade. We haven't heard as much from them in recent weeks. They're still around though, and they're still advocating for crazy. Watch this.
Guys, a quick question. We're bringing back illegal immigrants who were deported by ICE. We give your signature for our petition. Oh, thank you so much. We're going to bring back Edwin Hernandez. It's from El Salvador. We do have to tell you guys that he's an admitted member of MS-13 and he murdered 5 people in El Salvador. But we don't want to change trials.
Well, that's not good what he did. So.
Well, he was deported, probably targeted because of the color of his skin.
Great work there from Matthew Miller, exposing the utterly reckless, suicidally stupid American left. This next lady personifies the concept of suicidal empathy. She's comfortable housing angry murderers for non-stop. Whatever it takes to defend the top, I guess.
Deported by ICE. Can we get your signature real quick for that? Thank you so much. We'll bring them back. Like Edwin Hernandez from El Salvador. Murdered 5 people in El Salvador, and he's an admitted member of MS-13, but we think he deserves a second chance to come back. Absolutely. Now, can you take him in when we get him back? Would you be able to give him a place to stay?
I can do that.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you just sign here that you will be able to, and then we'll email you, and so thoughtful of you.
Now, file this one under life comes at you fast. Remember when New York Governor Kathy Hochul was as arrogant as hell? She mocked the folks fleeing her state due to the high taxes, the Democrat mismanagement, the high crime, the list is long. This is what she said in 2022.
That the era of Trump and Zeldin and Molinaro just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where you belong.
Oh, they did, Kathy. They went rogues, and they're not New Yorkers anymore. They're Texans, Floridians, Kansas, and whatever you call folk from Tennessee. They went and they took their wealth and taxes with them. Now the New York governor is begging them to come back.
I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs that we want to have in our state. Right? Now, there are some patriotic millionaires who stepped up. Okay, cut me the checks. I mean, just if you want to be supportive, but maybe the first step should be go down to Palm Beach and see what we can bring back home, because our tax base has been eroded. So I philosophically don't have a problem. It is like I have to look at the fact that we are in competition with other states who have less of a tax base.
Joining me now is Newsweek's senior editor-at-large, Josh Hammer. Josh, she wants high net worth individuals to return to New York and cut her a check.
You know, Rita, if Kathy Hochul wants some wealthy people to return to New York State, she has a very simple and straightforward option at her table, which is make it less painful. Make it less painful to do business in New York State. By the way, it's actually not just Governor Hochul's terrible policies in Albany. Now there's the additional layer of just the municipal policies in Zohar Mamdani's New York City. And it's actually not just the new mayor. This has been happening in New York City for a long time. Rita, I actually think back to the lawfare, to the era of the lawfare against Donald Trump, when Alvin Bragg, the Soros-funded hack of a prosecutor there in the Manhattan DA's office, involving Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen, and this whole story there. And then you had Tish James, the Attorney General of New York State, who was suing Donald Trump and the Trump Organization for hundreds of millions of dollars for what? Literally for what? For engaging in alleged corporate fraud? No, their financial counterparties like Deutsche Bank actually want to do more business. Is basically saying to business, to capital, to wealth people there, get the heck out. You are literally not welcome here in New York State. This has been going on for a very, very, very long time. I'm frankly not sure if there is such thing as putting this genie back in the bottle. To your point, a lot of people have left. I mean, below yours truly, I left when I was 18 years old, have not looked back in all my 19 years since then. So I think it's going to take a lot of effort to try to get some people to crawl back to, but you can start. At least have the you can actually just start. People off who want to engage in business. That would be a good start.
That would be a good start. You mentioned the new mayor there. Since we last spoke, there have been all sorts of new revelations about the online activity of Mayor Zohran Mamdani's wife. It appears Rama has not just got a history, Josh, of liking virulently anti-Israeli posts. She also posted admiringly about terrorists. Tell me about this.
This is the least tragic thing, maybe ever. This is a guy, Zohar Mamdani, Rita, who could not bring himself to condemn the phrase globalize the Intifada until the very final months of the campaign, when he kind of, sort of, maybe condemned it. Recall that this particular phrase, globalize Intifada, is the phrase that resulted in the murder of 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington State last May, that resulted in an illegal alien out in Boulder, Colorado, of Egyptian ancestry to throw a Molotov resulting in death of a Holocaust survivor. Until Mamdani will ever condemn this phrase, this is a man who within hours of the October 7, 2023 Hamas pogrom was blaming Israel for their own pogrom against them there. So his wife has essentially been caught red-handed, liking and promoting various Instagram posts, various social media posts in the immediate aftermath of the aforementioned October 7, 2023 pogrom that didn't just fail to condemn what Hamas did on that terrible day, actually celebrate. It said that this is Palestinian liberation. This is from the river to the sea in action. That an oppressed people must come at their oppressor by any means necessary. And what did you think we meant when we said by any means necessary? I mean, this is quite appalling stuff. And again, they're only doubling and tripling down on this. They just had Mahmoud Khalil, the reprobate from Columbia University, the noted Hamas activist on campus there. Mamdani just hosted him for a Ramadan iftar breakfast dinner at UC Mansion. So it's only getting worse from here, Rita. The only question is, how long do you know New Yorkers going to deal with this? I mean, how much longer are you guys going to just sit there and take it? I'm not saying that try to mitigate the damage right now. I haven't seen a whole lot of that, frankly, thus far.
Vote for crazy.
Do not resist,
They knew what they were getting. I mean, it's very hard to feel any sympathy for New Yorkers when they vote for this sort of stuff over and over again, and it seems to just be getting worse. Now, Joshua, tell me about this group of far-left activists going to communist Cuba. They're there now, not to advocate for freedom, but they are meeting with the Communist Party officials over there, and they're there to slam the US. These panicked leftists are staying in luxury hotels and enjoying comforts like air conditioning and electricity, and just living in a manner that the average Cuban can only dream of.
Yeah, this is the whole new Greta Thunberg style. She was promptly arrested by the IDF, who just probably guessed, Rita, that would have happened. I mean, now they're trying to do the same thing with Cuba. The remarkable thing, Rita, is that we have, and by we I mean the United States, we currently have Cuba on their knees. They literally considered, they have actually said publicly that they are now negotiating with the United States of America, perhaps.
So Joe Kent today put out a statement, and he is resigning from his position as a counterterrorism, I guess, like leadership role, right? I don't know what the specific role is, but I want to make sure that I have all these lined up first, okay? And, okay, this should be everything, right? Let me make sure and scroll all the way down. That way I don't miss anything. I have not. Okay, good. All right, so anyway, so he made this statement here, and this was the original post he made, and this post has gotten a tremendous amount of attention, right? Obviously, the guy's a patriot. I disagree with his outlook, but he is a patriot. He is a fucking veteran, and he should be respected as much. 50 million views, okay? A lot of fucking people have watched.
Talk about sticking the landing.
After much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as Director of National Counterterrorism Center, effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It has been my honor serving under President of the United States and under Tulsi Gabbard, leading to the professionals of NTSC. And so here it is, National Counterterrorism Center. I've decided to resign from my position. I cannot in good conscience. Let's see here. I support the values of the foreign policies you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, 2024, which you enacted your first term. Until June 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed Americans of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity in our nation. And in our first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Qassam Soleimani and by defeating ISIS. Early in the administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and you should strike now. There was a clear path to swift victory. This was a lie and the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war, that is crazy. To say that the Israelis, not only is it Iran, but it's also the Iraq war in the past too. Cost us the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who's deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war this is insane. In a war manufactured by Israel. I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people, nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray you reflect on what we're doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. Can you reverse course and chart a new path for our nation and allow us to slip further into decline and chaos? You hold the cards. So this is massive. It's huge. So this guy dropping out, a lot of people are calling this out. It's very, very controversial. Now, this is, in my opinion, the first time that an official has actually dropped out of anything very big and cited in just plain English that America is acting in the best interests of Israel, and also that America is going to war for Israel. That's it. I think that's you. The guy's a traitor? I don't think he's a traitor. I disagree with his analysis. I think he's wrong. And I think that he was also more than okay with fighting. Like, let me see if I can find a few more of these comments here, right? Because there were other ones too. And where is it here? This is Biden criticized Israel. I stand firmly with Israel against Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iranian. And so this is in 2021. So, like, I don't see how you can put this out there, but then not want to get rid of Iran. Like, I don't see how these two values can coexist. I don't see how you can think that Iran, Hezbollah, and Hamas, Islamism is a threat to Western civilization, but at the same time, you don't want to do that. People say he leaks intelligence. That's what people said, is that he leaked intelligence. There's more to the Joe Kent story meets the eye. According to friends, apparently Joe leaked intelligence under the nose of the Secretary of War. Now, this is, I mean, again, Buzz Patterson, some random guy. I mean, who the fuck knows whether he knows what he's talking about, right? He's not stepping down due to his allegiance and integrity. He's being forced to leave. Because if it was, I think Trump would have said that. But, yeah. his hate for Israel stronger than his love for freedom and oppression. Maybe he changed his mind once he got in a position of power. I don't know. And so I'll read some of the other ones too, right? Perez voted to leave our troops in Iraq and Syria and voted against funding the VA so wounded vets can't receive the care they wanted. Perez voted against assisting Israel. So this is again. So now he's criticizing somebody for not voting for helping Israel. And this is before, oh no, this is right after October 7th, right? So butchered and took U.S. hostages. So we have another one here. The Gaza Strip is controlled by Hamas. This is 2021. So, a terrorist organization that calls for the death of all Jews. Anyone that says Israel is a terrorist state is out of touch with reality. Hamas and Islamic Jihad would commit mass genocide against the Jews if given the chance. Now, again, I think you should respect this guy as a patriot. But how the fuck can you do both of these things? How the fuck can you say that Islamism, Hamas, Iran, and Hezbollah are threats that we should help Israel get rid of, but also not want to do it? I don't understand how you can have both of these values. That's very confusing to me. And I have not read a single explanation that can reconcile these values in a way that makes sense to me. He says not imminent threat. What? So you should only do something if they're an imminent threat? Shouldn't you do something before that? Like, that's just, in my opinion, that's what I would do, right? If I saw that some crazy shit was going on, then I would say, well, fuck, let's stop this before it gets worse. That's my opinion. That's what I think. I think that's obviously what you should do. So his new wife changed him. That's stupid logic. Exactly. So I don't understand how he can think that some pussies are afraid of war. I don't think he's afraid of, like, he's been deployed in combat 11 times. The guy's not afraid of war. So I don't think that's that's true at all. And this is him. Iran has been after Trump since January of 2020 after he ordered the targeted killing of the terrorist Qasem Soleimani. This isn't a new threat. The Secret Service is constantly failing to secure Trump is new. So now he's basically bringing up, I don't know if this is whenever Trump, that assassination attempt happened, but like there's very clearly a problem here, right? And I don't know how you can square these two things. I don't understand at all. And here's more comments that he's made too. Trump's restraint shows he wants to deal with Iran, and his red line is American loss of life and Iran nuke development. So